Hey, Feral Audio consumer, did you know Feral Audio's got a new survey?
Hey, I am a Feral Audio consumer even though you're not talking about that, and I didn't know that.
I am talking about that.
Man, we're on a mission to get to know our listeners a little better, and that means you. So basically these surveys, they kind of help us get information about what you like, right?
I guess so. Your participation in these surveys makes a difference for everyone making podcasts at Feral. It's a super easy way to support the shows you love. So we appreciate you helping out. I mean, I'll say I don't. But that's just me. I don't like the idea of. I don't mind the idea of a survey.
Right.
Please feel free to let someone at Feral know that you wish I lost weight. You can seriously in advance go fuck yourself.
I don't think these are the survey questions.
Okay.
No,
I imagine it's more like, who are you? Like what if we find out that there's a bunch of asexual listeners,
Right.
and that they in particular don't have they don't feel like they have their point of view represented. Like, the great thing about podcasting networks is it's very low overhead to create a podcast. So this survey is a great first step to help us build a better Feral Audio that includes if representation is your jam, or if just your interests,
Right. Are you into football? Would you never, for instance, ever buy a football app if it was advertised to you? Is that not helpful to you?
Right. We can tailor make connections between audiences and
Right.
and advertising.
This survey is going to exactly help out those kinds of issues because we don't know you don't like football.
You can find the survey at feralaudio.com/survey. That's feralaudio.com/survey.
You're helping yourselves.
The Feral Audio survey. You'll float too. Rhetoric Coffee is a subscription service delivering the best coffee you've ever tasted. That's not hyperbole. Rhetoric Coffee commissions original art directly from comic book artists and then hand screen prints them on each bag. Each one you receive has a special life and is a unique organic work of art.
Feel good about drinking ethical coffee for once in your life, you horrible monster. Rhetoric goes above and beyond fair trade, not just for their coffee, but in how they pay the artists. The relationship with their artists allows the artist to continue making prints of their original work while allowing them full use for Rhetoric's projects. Everybody wins.
Except Afghanistan. Each roast is completely unique. You won't taste these complex flavors anywhere else. Their commitment to quality is top-notch. They are drinking what they are selling.
Now, people at Rhetoric will tell you that their coffee is not conflict coffee. I'm not totally certain, but they keep protesting that it's not, which makes me wonder whether or not all of their coffee is conflict.
Go to rhetoriccoffee.com, sign up, and use the promo code FERAL for 30% off your first roast. F-E-R-A-L is how feral is spelled. Just volunteered that for you.
Spencer, did you know that all of MeUndies are made out of Rhetoric coffee?
Yeah.
That's how they get their underwear so soft?
That's how they get that distinctive crunch.
Whoa, this is synergy. That's Rhetoric, R-H-E-T-O-R-I-C, you post-Trump millennial illiterate. Rhetoric is spelled with an H, like rhesus monkey. Oh, yeah, that clarified it for you, because you're so fucking smart, dipshit. That's Rhetoric, R-H-E-T-O-R-I-C, coffee.com. Sign up and use the promo code FERAL for 30% off your first roast.
Only available on the dark web.
Next to a picture of Adam Baldwin's balls.
Feral Audio.
Oh, yeah! From Burbankius Maximus, Harmontown is now in session. Let's bring out our game master, Spencer Creighton, in, everybody. And the mayor of Harmontown, Dan Harmon.
Thank you. We should get some official business out of the way first, because
There's a birthday boy here. There's probably multiple birthday boys, but only one had friends that emailed Steve Levy and said, birthday boy's coming to town from Ohio. His name is Ian Bowers.
Ian Bowers, are you in the house? Raise your hand, Ian. Where are you? Way back there. Ian Bowers in his business casual Saturday look with no sleeves. I like that.
So I wrote a little song for you, Ian.
Ian Bowers, are we saying that right? Yes. You're from Ohio, correct? Yes. And you and your gal flew in just for this?
More or less.
Well, you could have lied to us and said...
Well, yeah, they said just for this, so I wrote a song. What, are you going to medieval times, too? Because a lot of people come to the show just, to knock out other shit. And I wrote you a song.
Dan, you don't have to sing it. If your feelings are hurt, maybe you don't sing it.
All right, so can we put
This is the phone sound, the lightning we need working.
Ian, what else did you come to LA for?
we're going to Joshua Tree.
All right, so meaning drugs. Awesome. Are you gonna climb rocks and do acid and stuff?
More or less. Is the lightning cable audio?
Oh, yeah.
Ian Bowers grew his food from the land. Ian Bowers took a poop in his hand. Ian Bowers told the truth like a man. He said, Mama, I just took a poop in my hand. And she said, oh, Ian, don't you know this is how you grow? You need to leave Ohio while the harvest moon is low. Drive across the land so Dan can use GarageBand to make you understand. You gotta not poop in your hands. You gotta use a toilet, Ian, 'cause it's your birthday. Ian, it's your birthday. Ian Bowers, it's your birthday. Today your birthday. It's your birthday. Second verse is improvised. Ian Bowers took some pee in a jar, drank it down, got in his car
With his girlfriend,
drove,
and they drove across the land with some poop
Burbank.
inside their hand and a pee inside a jar.
and they rubbed it together and made poopy pee together. Birds of a Midwestern feather. Ian and his girlfriend, not to objectify her, let's let her pass the sexy lamp test, I think they call it. Have you heard of that test, Jeff?
It seems a little codependent if your boyfriend wants to make you drive across the country and drink his pee and poop.
No. It's called true love. It's called interdependent. It's two people, individuals, that love each other so much they contribute.
know when you love somebody truly if they'll eat your poo and drink your pee.
Darling, won't you come to the Apache Trail? Put on your boots and fuck a snail.
And they never had to even stop for gas because their car was fueled by the love that comes from drinking each other's poop and pee.
Ian Bowers, now flowers grow for you, for your pee and poo.
For pee and poo.
In the ring of fire, what
For
will you do?
me and you. Now, Ian, if you think the people in fucking medieval times are going to do that for you, you're fucking mistaken.
Yeah, they're gonna get a list of everyone's birthdays, and then they're gonna throw a plastic treasure at you, because everyone that goes there, it's their birthday. It's a con. Only this show does what we just did.
Only the show makes you theoretically eat pee and poo.
So, Jeff, are you familiar with the pill cultures, like the online, like the red pill, the blue pill, now there's more
from
pills.
The Matrix?
Yeah, well, it's based on the Matrix.
No, I am not. Hit me to the judge.
Based on the Matrix.
I love that blue pill community, man.
Yeah, but man, those blue pill people, they're the worst.
Yeah.
Wow,
We just love it. They're just in the dreamland. Oh, man.
That's
great.
us. We're the blue pill people.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Because we live in the fucking illusion where, like, you know, women are equals and, like, your vote matters.
Yeah, it's
and,
great.
Like,
That's what I'm
steak
saying.
tastes good and, like, Joe
boy.
Pantoliano is a senator or something. I don't know. That's the blue. That's the illusion. And then the red pill is, like, the nuance. It's the edge. It's the fucking, I see all the levels. I see it. I see the hard truths that no one wants to see. That's the red pill. That's you living in reality. But then we were getting confused today because there's also black pill. Black pill, I think, is when you're. I think it's when either pill is just made you insane. I think if you red pill so much that you disconnect from reality, you've now black pilled.
Oh, boy.
Also, those pills are more likely to be shot by police.
But if you take the red pills, you know why.
Right.
If you take blue pills, you're like, why are the black pills getting shot? I don't understand.
Are they snagglepuss?
Yeah. And then there was something about white pills, and I don't know what that is, but there's different pills for different things. And then there's different movements too online. It's now come to, so this is the weird thing, because you know, like in my day, 2016. Like, it was like you were either an alpha or a cuck. That's what I understood to be the case. And so a cuck is, okay, you like you can't handle women like you're submissive to them because you just hope that women will just donate some sex to you. You're living the lie. You're like, please, ladies, if I virtue signal enough, won't you give me your vagina nuggets? Alms for the cuck poor. Please, Cersei, please throw your vagina candies from your Lannister wagon. And those are cucks. That's me. And then and all of our friends and almost everybody in the audience, but except for maybe one guy who's like gonna run up here and go ee! Or something at some point in the show, and I'll become Shia LaBeouf. And but that's that. And then I thought, and then the other thing is like you're alpha, okay? Like you work out, your body's a temple. You try not to jerk off a lot, I think, because you deserve sex from women who are sluts. And if they try to pretend like they're not, it's like some shit they're trying to pull. And you need to understand that if you say to a woman like "nice coat," she'll be like, "Oh, can I suck your dick?" Because like they just respond to that shit since paleo times. So that's the other side. And I'm trying to be objective about this. Like I'd be like, "Oh, those are the two things I understood." But lately, what I've been learning about is now I have no, and I don't want to like stomp on any. I don't want anybody to be like, that's not what that is, and you got that backwards. I'm assuming I don't know what the fuck anyone's talking about anymore. But I'm just like, Cody was like sitting in bed today with the iPad, and she's like, what the fuck? And I was like, what? There's these things. There's like omega virgins or something. There's this whole thing about virginity now.
Yeah.
There's there's like alt-righty kind of people who are virgins, but who don't want to have sex with women and are straight.
Because that would make them a cuck?
Right.
What?
I think that's what it is. It's like I'm a virgin and I have power because I'm a virgin because no sale, young lady.
Because the very idea of pleasuring a woman is vile to me.
But or even getting pleasure from them though. That's like you're going. So you're talking about we're subdividing now because there's people who are going like, look, you're not gonna fucking defeat me by pointing out that I have a hunchback or a mole on my lip or something. That's why I'm a Nazi. Like I know that card, and I'm not gonna let you play it. Because there's a thing called incel. Is that?
Yeah.
It's involuntary celibacy. Now, is that the same thing? Is it like?
That just means like I'm a militant virgin.
Right. But involuntary doesn't sound like militant about being a virgin. It
sounds
would
like
be voluntary, but it's like
I can't get laid, but I wouldn't if I could.
Right.
No, involuntary means you didn't choose.
Right. It's like being like a proud Quasimodo. Like
I chose to be unfuckable.
Well, it's not
I
chosen.
didn't choose, but I choose to be proud of not being involuntarily fuckable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but if you think about it for a second, it's
They're
not
taking
that.
it back.
What's that?
They're taking it back. They don't
Right.
want to be called virgins. They're incels. It sounds like they're Splinter Cell or something.
Well, like, because they're breaking the chains of that go-to that you can always say.
Sure.
You could just say, well, you're ugly and you're just doing this because you're pent up and you have a lot of sperm in your balls that can't get out, and you're like, and you don't like jerking off for some reason because you read that Joe Rogan doesn't or something, and you're. And I'm not bagging on the roadster. I'm just saying.
now I don't want to jerk off anymore. Yeah. Joe Rogan does it?
I don't know. He's all ripped and like cage fights and like, I don't know. He's like, I imagine that he probably, I wouldn't be surprised if you found out he was like, no, dude, you got a no-fap or something. I don't know. Or maybe he's like, no, you got to jerk off 3 times a day. I don't know. But I shouldn't have riffed Joe Rogan's name. That's going to be very distracting. I'm just saying, like, I think it's kind of interesting, the idea of like, because what we're really talking about here is our original base, nerds. You're talking about people that feel unfuckable, people that are like, maybe when they look in the mirror, they're like, oh yeah, I know why no one wants to fuck me, and then those people are saying, yeah, but I still want to be like on the alpha side, so you can't tell me, oh, no one wants to fuck you. I know that. Yeah. You're not supposed to want to, yes, and I don't care. Yes, if I had a magic wand, I would make myself look like Tom Cruise. No, I cannot do that. I do not have that magic wand. I am proud of myself. You will not shame me. I still know bitches is crazy. Yes.
I'm the king of unfuckability.
It's interesting. See all these little quadrants that are sub-quadrants are developing. There's this guy. Cody was like, she just went down this rabbit hole. Like, if it was me, I wouldn't. But I was like, you got to text that to me. So this is like an example this is a blog entry from a guy that's like I don't know if he would call himself incel or if he his blog entry, and I don't want to be the reason why shade gets thrown on him, as the millennials say. I don't want to be the but. It's the words Omega Virgin are in his URL, so I assume it's like he's like an incel or a super verge or so. But I don't know if these guys hate each other. It's just look over there, the super verges just crashed the party. Let's show them how incels do it. Sanctuary. So this is his blog entry. The title is "Women Think That Gazpacho is Creepy."
Well, that's where he and I agree, because I'm kidding.
Yesterday, I was out getting lunch that recently added gazpacho, a cold Spanish tomato soup, to their menu. I overheard 2 women ahead of me in line talking about the new gazpacho. One of the women asks the other what gazpacho is. Change tense, that's fine. The other woman says,
Dan, don't tempt shame.
I mean, where is the pride maypole if it's not? I mean, there's got to be something. You got to be Frasier if you're going to go here. Okay. One of the women asks the other what gazpacho is. The other woman says that it's like salsa that you drink. The first woman says that gazpacho is creepy. The second woman agreed. After that, I made sure to get some gazpacho with my lunch, because I was not going to let women ruin gazpacho, especially by calling gazpacho creepy. I have been saying for a long time that women calling men creepy is bullshit. However, this proves it. Women are willing to call traditional Spanish cuisine creepy, which is complete rubbish by itself. If a soup can be creepy, then any man being called creepy is meaningless.
He let himself off off the hook.
I don't know what formula that is in geometric equations. I don't know if that's the transitive property.
It's like I think it's called the prestige.
If two women think soup is creepy, and all women think I'm creepy, and I eat the soup and like it, I'm Tom Cruise. It almost it brings up this point because I can almost sense some of you thinking what I'm thinking as I'm halfway through that. I'm like, wait, is this a bit? Is this guy doing a character? This is the problem with our new generation. They're very ironic and savvy. Like you can't tell. And also I think that's like a fallback. It's kind of like, when you go to a high school dance or wherever, it's a function and you're feeling awkward and you don't know when you should dance and if you should dance and if you do dance, how you should dance and what you think of the people dancing. And it's like there's all these things going through your head, but like you can like conquer a lot of them by just kind of like going like this and like dancing goofy. But like there's so much fluidity there. Like I just think that. These kids today, like, it's so easy to just like be passionate about something and like rail about something, and then if anybody were to ever say, well, that's fucked up, like you seem like a horrible person, you could be like, that's the point, even if it wasn't the point. Like you could just be like, that's the point. Or you could say, I was kidding, even if you weren't kidding. You could even not know if you're kidding or what the point is. That's why these fucking children of the damned are terrifying to me. They don't know even what Nazism is. They're like, oh, this swastika will look great on my balls, and then they're like, and then they take their balls out there and they put them out there and the balls get kicked and they're like, this is fucking fucked up, man. Like we don't know when they're kidding. Did you see that guy, the guy that talked like Bob Hope, the white supremacist in the Viceland documentary, that guy? I was like, the Jews are killing me, oh boy.
I gotta say.
I didn't even say we're non-violent. I mean, we're violent. I'll kill these fucking people if I have to. And then he's in the hotel room and he's going like, I don't even know it's Chelsea Manning. I said, like, didn't you think while you're watching that video, like, is this dude kidding? He might be doing a bit. And I'm like, where does this bit land? Like, what if it's some part of some plan, That's why I didn't bother making fun of him, because I was like, this is too easy. But what I did love most of all was that then, of course, the what's it, OK Cupid, like pulling his profile and then going like, he's banned for life. Aww. This is why I choose the blue pill, because I like the idea that hive mind or not, that can be this guy's purgatory, that he's like, that's like undateable. Like he's just branded and he's like, come on, that sucks. Like I just wanted to use OK Cupid to meet a Nazi girl. Talk about Jews and how they shouldn't be. Well, I tickled her belly with a rose. I like long walks on the beach, and I can't wait to get these black people out of here. I got 17 guns and 4 manifestos, and I love Stranger Things. Will you be mine? Pending a Ancestry.com check.
He's also that new wave of Nazi where he's not afraid to show his emotional side. He's not afraid to cry on camera.
I know, but why would he do that? Why would he do that? And the answer is, well, he's nuts, right? Like he's unhinged, he's borderline. Like that's how he got into racism in the first place. Is there's some valve missing where he doesn't he doesn't have perspective. He doesn't see the bigger picture. And maybe sometimes we don't. There were 20,000 people in Boston. It was like this big show. We all loved it. And then we were like, I was just slowly like, wait, who's in that rotunda? Like, did you see that thing? I was like, you woke up to it. I was like, hate speech rally. Like absolutely shut down by the people of Boston. Like they filled the streets. This beautiful image of these all the racists in the world only fit inside this little rotunda, and then everybody else is going around like there were people chanting "fuck free speech." It's alarming, but it's still like you still take it. You're like it's way better than the alternative. 5 months ago, if you had asked me, what do you think's going to happen? I'd be like, all those 20,000 people are going to be like, give him a chance, give Trump a chance. And I'm like, I'd be packing my bags and like I'd just go to, I don't know where I'd go, Tulum. We go back to, maybe I can afford to live under the hotel. Eggs I like. But I had the lowest opinion of us. I thought that all the people, I thought that if you gathered 20,000 of us, we would be like, oh, I'm scared enough to, sure, I'll hate an immigrant or two, or we'll wrap that in a package, like where I don't have to say that out loud anymore. We'll call it a different thing, and I'll start chanting that. So it had, even if there was just one old lady in that rotunda with like a free speech sign, and she just pissed her pants and died, it's still a better day than maybe if then she really died, I guess. Okay, fine.
Would she die of pissing her pants?
I mean, let's say she died of natural causes and people felt bad. Like she was like, like she had a thyroid condition.
That would be good then.
Anyways, but it's better times now, right? It's like a weird it's like a part of the carnival ride where you're already through the shit that like really made you piss your pants, but it's like no more safe now, but you're like desensitized, but now you're kind of like, I don't know, like really we're now shouting like faster at the carny, like we're like faster, like whereas we were, now we're all out of our minds and like just wanting to do this, like let's take this, let's see where this goes.
Yeah, it's the most alarming thing for me is that they don't have to wear hoods anymore. They get to actually show their face on camera. That's the scary thing.
I mean, it's alarming that they thought they could, but it's uplifting that it turns out they kind of couldn't. Like,
right.
Like they're getting fired and they're
all
bummed out.
That they're getting fired. I just thought I could hate a couple black people on the weekends. No.
Yeah, and it's that logic thing. You revert to that logic thing and the outrage thing and the victim thing. It's like, more and more what we're learning is that the entire time there's just like, we're all like little kittens and we want to suck at this titty of like feeling sorry for ourselves, and it's like, these are the people that perceived everybody else as getting a big mouthful of that specific titty. Like that they perceive the rest of us as feeling sorry for ourselves and getting like handouts for being victims. And they were like, I want that job. I always thought the whole time they were like, get off my shoe, you crazy victim. They were like, no, move over, victim. I want that victim gravy. Like you're hogging it all.
Delicious.
Like, I want to be oppressed. Like there was a guy. There was one of those virgin soldier people was like they used they referred to women as oppression thieves.
Wait, what?
And I thought that was an eye-opener. I was like, yeah, they're oppression thieves. They were referring specifically to the Harambe meme and how women hijacked that and turned it into...
I remember when that happened.
Something that's not fair because we were just having fun and women turn everything into how women are victims.
Yeah,
and it's like,
that sucked.
And then I thought I understood all of that logic, but now it's kind of adorable that it turns out the rest of that sentence is like, yeah, women, we're the victims. We want to be the victims. We never get to be the victims. It's like, that's what privilege really is. It's a form of oppression. It's like denial of victimhood. That's not fair. I never got to be a victim. You don't know what it's like to wake up every day and have no idea what a victim feels like. There's not a minute that goes by where I don't know that I command all that I survey.
And I still can't get a job.
Right, exactly. Isn't that the real fucking problem?
Hey, Mr. Superior Race, you could drop a few. Right, you could fucking you could be a little sexier.
What are you fucking kidding me? I've been turning my body into a goddamn fucking Jew killing machine.
But why?
I got a fucking bar in my kitchen doorway. I fucking crank on that.
I just, Mr. Superior, I don't understand if you're so superior to everybody, how come you feel so under the thumb of these inferior people?
Because of the Jews and the black people and the black Jews.
But it sounds like you're afraid that they might have one up on you. They might be.
I think
superior.
maybe you're afraid. I think you're afraid. I think you're afraid of the reality.
I think that the guy that doesn't have 6 guns and a knife on him.
Well,
I seem more relaxed than you do.
I just brought these so I could feel comfortable speaking my mind. Okay? Like, that's not something you could understand. You bring black people when you want to speak your mind. I have weapons. Like, I don't trust black people to protect my speech. You got all these black people helping you speak.
Are you secretly Jay Leno? I can't.
No, not at all. I just want to show you some headlines about the problem that we're facing here. This is real. This was really in the paper here. Look at this headline.
I saw that you drove here in a Stanley steamer. I mean,
look, that's a white power car. It's vintage. It's a Butte. Look at this headline. It says, you get a load of this. Man saves Jew from tree, gives it a bowl of milk. This is real. Anyways, we get these headlines. I don't know. Here's the next one. This is a coupon in the paper. You look at this. 3 cakes, and then look down in the corner. Jews. All right, okay, I'm Jay Leno. Okay, you caught me.
It's okay to admit that you're Jay Leno.
I just feel like I don't have a place. I feel like I'm being replaced.
You were the king of late night for a while. It doesn't like no Reich lasts forever. You can't be the king of late night for 1,000 years.
Yeah, that's your perception. That's it. That's how you see it. Anyways, we have a great show.
Let's bring out Keira Knightley, everybody. Keira Knightley is here today. Actually, we do have a guest.
We do have a guest. He's been on the show before. He's our old friend. Let's welcome him back. The creator of the original IT Crowd and so much more, and big old Irish cousin of Harmontown from the Irish Harmontown annex. I was giving him time to get in the door. Let's have a hand for Graham Linehan.
Yeah. Hello, Graham.
Hi, hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
What brings you to town? Do you live here now, or are you a traveler?
I just come here to do Harmontown.
That's it? You just play?
I had the last time I was here, the first day, I did the same thing. I tweeted, I'm in LA, what should I do? And I went to Glendale, which I didn't really like. So no offense to people. It was the kind of square.
Nobody really likes Glendale.
It's like The Prisoner, isn't it? A little bit, doesn't it? And then today, I forgot I went to Glendale before, and I did exactly the same thing. I said, where should I go? And I fucking ended up in Glendale again. And then I did Harmontown that night, and I've just done that again now. So it's like Barton Fink, except instead of doing wrestler movies, I'm just going to be on Harmontown for the rest of my life.
The next time you come, you should come with Ian Bowers.
Who's Ian Bowers?
He's this guy who comes here sometimes and does a million things.
Sorry.
Like maybe occasionally drops by here, like if it's convenient. And I wrote a song for him.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm really glad that the show I'm on is opens with a 5-minute thing about drinking piss. Oh, this is the Graham Linehan episode.
Do you want some vodka?
No, I'm okay. No,
it's made with potatoes.
I went to.
I know it's not whiskey, but it's made with potatoes.
Now, we were talking backstage, Graham, and I think I mentioned this last time you were on, but I'm a huge Father Ted fan, which is one of your early shows. Was that your first one, or
25 years ago now?
Yeah, was that the first show that you created?
No, we did one before that called Paris, which was a sitcom about artists in the 1920s in Paris.
Yeah, if you've not seen Father Ted, please just get on Father Ted. It's really funny. It's really, really good.
Thank you.
And you're saying, kind of like in that loop thing where you keep doing the same thing, that 2 of your actors died on the same date.
That's right. Yeah, Frank left us. Father Jack left us this year. So.
On the same day.
Yeah.
Which is what date?
Oh God, I can't remember. I don't try and
you
remember.
You should find out because you might be next.
No. But Ardle's getting a bit nervous. There's just 2 left, but they're still young, so it's going to be okay for a while, I hope. But anyway. You can cut things in this, can't you?
No, it all stays. If we're not cutting the pee and poo song, that's staying in.
I just have one more question about Ireland. Where's my wife?
Well, she's your ex-wife now.
Well, okay, yeah, but it's like she went to Ireland. She never came back.
Really?
I think she's still over there. I don't know. I don't know if
She's in Edinburgh.
I just thought that would be a funny joke. I don't know.
It was great.
I lost my wife, but she did. Yeah, she was in Ireland for a while.
Right. Okay.
Do you blame Ireland for stealing your ex-wife?
Well, it's a beautiful country. It's flowing green hills, so act so innocent,
Yeah.
and then they bird dog you.
We went to see a comedian once in the States and somewhere, where was it? New York. And the guy said, who was doing the "Where are you from" business. And he said it to us, and we said Ireland. And he obviously wasn't expecting it. He was expecting a state.
Right.
And he just said, I flew over there once. Very green. And that was it.
He flew over Ireland.
Yeah.
What are you, a weather station worker headed for John Carpenter's The Thing? Flew over Ireland. Where's he going?
Yeah.
I don't know where Ireland is, so I thought maybe I figured
It's
it was.
on the way to John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, guys. Love to talk to you about MeUndies.
Yeah, man. Can I have is there any food?
I feel like all we talk about is underwear, but if you've got a new angle on underpants, I'd love to hear
This is
it.
about underwear?
Yeah. How do you guys feel you look and feel in your underwear?
Well, I'm wearing MeUndies, so I feel like the king of the crotch.
Yeah, I'm wearing the most comfortable pair of underwear I will ever own, made from sustainably sourced, naturally soft cotton.
Do you like best about MeUndies the sustainably soft micromodal fibers, or do you like the diamond-shaped little pocket in the front for the dudes or those presenting as dudes genitally that gives room for your junk and like makes you feel comfy?
I mean, if you're going to be heteronormative about it, yeah.
I'm heteronormative about everything. When I order breakfast, I say, "Give me 2 pancakes and
put some
men having sex with women in my mind." No matter who you are, I mean, one thing's for sure. That's the 1-2 punch of MeUndies. First of all, even if they were just shaped like regular underwear, they'd still be better because they're super soft with these eco-friendly fibers.
Yeah, they're the ultimate feel-good undies for when you want to feel naked, and yet you don't want to, like, not be naked in your pants. Like, it's like a naked shield between you and your trousers.
MeUndies kind of gives you the feeling underneath your clothes that you would feel if you were a Barbie doll.
I mean, I can only speak for the fellas' MeUndies because I haven't worn the ladies' MeUndies yet. But I'm not above that. I will try that. But there's a diamond-seamed pouch that cradles your jewels like the Tower of London. I mean, your jewels could not be more comfortable outside of the Tower of London, sitting next to the Koh-i-Noor diamond. That's where I want my essentials.
MeUndies puts a pair of beefeaters outside the front gates of your junk.
And if you can make them laugh, your first pair is free.
If you are an American sitcom star visiting your genitals, you will love making the stern-faced gentleman outside the front gate.
100% satisfaction guarantee MeUndies offers you. They guarantee that you will love them or they will come to your house and it's a thumb wrestle for all the marbles.
Here's the crazy thing is the 20% discount you can get with your first pair.
20% off, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee. What are you waiting for, people? Your genitals to actually start a revolt?
Yeah. Do you want the mayor of your balls to come to your house with a gilded invitation?
I'll tell you right now, you don't want that. Because when there's an uprising from the down lows, the hangdowns come up to the uptowns and they start a real throwdown.
Yep. Don't let your crotch occupy your Wall Street.
Don't let your crotch be anything but top-notch MeUndies.
Are your balls burning cars like those hooligans in Black Lives Matter and Antifa?
Are your genitals making women dress up like the Handmaid's Tale ladies?
Do you wish an autocratic tyrant would take control of your genital comfort and support them from beneath by letting micromodal trickle down?
Yes. Don't let your penis hang to the alt-right. Make it hang to the gentle left.
What's more important to you, free crotch speech or lack of cotton Nazi?
Go to meundies.com/Harmontown right now, or else Dan Harmon and Spencer Crittenden and me, Jeff B. Davis, will come to your house and we'll sort you out, Jack.
Do you suffer from regular underwearitis?
Hey, look down here. It's your balls. You've been treating me pretty rough with that cotton underwear.
Sure, I know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
But come on now. There's a new underpants in town. It's called MeUndies.
Look, to get your 20% off from MeUndies and get your free shipping and their 100% satisfaction guarantee and get the best and softest underwear you will ever own, go to MeUndies.com/Harmontown. That's MeUndies.com/Harmontown.
It's the underwear that makes you feel naked down there, but you're glad that you aren't because you poop in your pants.
This is a limited time offer, so what are you waiting for? Start wearing the best underwear of your life. It changed my life. It's time to let MeUndies change yours.
If you're not wearing MeUndies, you might as well be a shit face.
Go to MeUndies.com/Harmontown right now.
So what? I mean, it's kind of like we're hysterical over here right now, and we're kind of like probably not paying very much attention to everything. We're familiar that the UK hath Brexited, and we equated that with the right-leaning movement that we've been having over here.
It's hard. It's what's really great is that UK people can't feel too superior.
Right. No, that's immediately we were making that joke that we're like, at least the British won't be making fun of us during all of this. Like that was like nice. But
it's super hard.
But you're Irish, but I'm curious, like how is Scotland feeling about Brexit? I've never.
Scotland's in a weird position because Scotland recently voted to remain part of the United Kingdom.
Right.
And then Brexit happened.
Right.
And now it's going to happen again, and they're probably going to want to get out now. So it's kind of, there's all sorts of insane things. The other thing they didn't take into account at all was the Northern Ireland situation. There's a very fragile peace that's lasted only, a couple of decades now, and they've just rolled the dice on it. So it's really odd.
Why is that so fragile? Why would Brexit affect?
Because the border in Northern Ireland that separates Ireland from Northern Ireland is what's called a soft border at the moment. You can, pass from Northern Ireland to Southern Ireland without going through, a lot of controls and so on. But that's going to have to change because Ireland's going to be part of the European Union and Northern Ireland isn't.
Of course. Yeah, okay.
It's just insane. But it's one of these things, it's kind of like what happened, I think, as well with what's happening in the States, in that people just started realizing, oh, maybe people aren't really clever. maybe the people we trust they do this, so they know what they're doing. Maybe they aren't really that clever. Maybe they're kind of crazy, some of them.
Which is an uplifting feeling, right? But you can't call it uplifting.
It has been this week, as you say. I've liked this week.
Is it like watching them? Because it's like the insinuation is that, they can't do this.
Well, the only problem is if there's no one to replace them. I mean, if there's no one clever to replace them, then what do we do?
And they've already said they will not be replaced.
Yeah,
they were saying that and everything.
This was a good week, though, I think. I feel good about this week.
Well, because it turns out, it's like, I guess what it is it's like, it's weird because I'm 44 now, and like, the 24-year-old version of me would have, God knows where I'd be on this map, because I would throw my Writers Guild magazines across the room when I saw the diversity report card in the magazine, and I'd go, "Why are they spending my money? Who cares about diversity? It should be a meritocracy. The writers should be. You want the best writer for the job." And it was. Everything made sense to me. If you hooked me up to a lie detector test, I would. It's not like I ever would have said like, I'm racist, and it would have gone, bing, he's right. Like it wasn't racism. It was like kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to use such a haughty word as ignorance or something. It was just like my scope was kind of small at that time. I was also broke. Nothing makes you more susceptible to this kind of right-leaning, like toothy philosophy, like being fucking unemployed and having no control over your future. It's pretty easy then to.
Yeah, it makes it hard to be too joyous about all these idiots losing their jobs because while it's short term, it's great to see them losing their jobs. Long term, you got to think, well, what are these idiots going to do next? You know?
Yeah, and also
where have they got to go?
Yeah.
You know, I blame it all on heavy metal not really being a thing anymore. I think in the old days they just all have been listening to Iron Maiden, and everything would be fine. You lose a lot of energy, you know, headbanging, and that these kind of releases.
That's why Scandinavia is so chill, because they've got loads of metal up there. They love their metal.
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
that stuff got replaced with like kind of methy club music, and now all of a sudden.
But do you remember? Wasn't there a period where in a stadium or something they burnt disco records in the 70s? Do you remember this?
Right. That was a big thing. Hating disco.
I think it's the same kind of people, you know.
Right.
It's kind of and I just think there was a time when everyone was able to when the internet wasn't around, everyone was able to channel it into one of about, let's say, 15 activities, you know. And now they can channel it into this weird kind of performance art that they're just realizing has real consequences. I'm very fascinated by why it's happened and why it's. And I don't know. One thing I'm wondering is, are there going to be a lot of these guys who, with the death in Charlottesville, are there a lot of these irony kind of Nazis who are going to just suddenly go, oh, you know, and back away from it? That's something that I'm interested in.
I think a certain percentage of that. I don't think anybody's going to be like really drawn to it that much. Like there was no maybe like Norman Bates or something like that.
I just
one
think
person.
I think this the percentage of people that are into that kind of hardcore right-wing philosophy, that number probably stays around the same. But I think
they were all in that bandstand.
They feel a little liberated right now to come out there without their costumes on. And to come out and you know let that flag fly.
But that bandstand was great. The visual of that bandstand.
Hilarious.
I mean, the thing is, I've gone from being very optimistic and very joyful about the internet. There's a comedian called David O'Doherty who describes it like the internet used to be like this telescope that we'd look up and see, you know, other people and other lives, and it was amazing. And now it's like a shit pipe, and every day you look up and you think, oh, I wonder what's coming down the shit pipe.
That is what's that's not like the millennial generation. As much as I say they're dumb and whatever and poop on them because I'm an old man saying get off my lawn, but the thing to pity about them is that they've been born into a culture that we're processing everything through like time to get on the internet. We'll always, the internet will always be a second language to us.
Yeah.
We'll always be translating real life into the internet and vice versa. And these poor kids, that's often it's characterized as a fire hose to the face of information. And we always thought, I think when you and I were kids, we probably thought when we think about the future and we think about minds connecting to each other, we always thought that meant everyone would get smarter and more patient. That you wouldn't even have the option. It would just be the information would be all up in your face, which would automatically make you less this, less that, less that. Slowly. But it turns out and it makes sense now that we're seeing it that doesn't make the case. That's not the case, because it's like if everything is bullshit, which it would appear to be. I mean, there is no way to represent truth without creating your own version, blah blah blah. I mean, but that doesn't mean you can say the Earth is flat and have Spencer not make fun of you. It just means that I think it's like we live in this age now where we're back to the propaganda kind of consciousness, but now we're conscious of it and conscious of the consciousness, and now everyone is just sort of. That's what this meme culture is. Like everyone's just going like, yeah, propaganda's a thing, so. What's your propaganda? What's yours? And there's the only people left that are saying there's an objective truth are kind of like they're they're more right than everybody else because if they're calm and educated, but they're also incredibly frustrated because they're like, wait, how are you people just dancing to a completely different song that's not even playing? And they're like, because it is. And you're like, well, can't argue with that.
It's almost like when I first started thinking about this seriously, I thought, oh, we are now plugged into a consciousness. I mean, the hive mind is the word that we all use for it, but it really is like we are also plugged into the consciousness of a lot of, they might as well be bees.
Right.
It's just like a buzzing. You shouldn't know none of us should know what black pilling is. Only some of us do.
I mean, there's an argument to be made that you and I shouldn't know how many stray dogs there are in Los Angeles. Like someone else would say, yes, you should know that. You need to be aware because that's a huge problem because that's their thing. And they're like, yeah, why would you not want to know? That's why there's 75 million of them is because you didn't know and you didn't care. So now, thank God you know. Then you add 900 things like that. How do you not become a nihilist? How do you, when you just know everything and everything is death?
Yes.
Everything is misery. There's no real fairy tale. There's no actual NBA All-Star who goes home to his wife and kids and eats an apple pie and like I don't know what our definition of a hero is, but it's like sooner or later.
His name is Kevin Durant.
Who is but here's the thing. So that's a funny. I mean, that's the Mobius strip of this. Is that with this as shit gets more and more scary, the bar for heroism. I almost don't want to say it lowers, like it takes less of a hero, but it's just like the minimum standard for it becomes higher in that way, and then we re-enter a world where people are kind of like walking tall and like saying gallant things. I think that's a good thing.
Well, did you see the two newsreaders? I don't know what channel it was, but it was one of the rare times when they took a Trump mouthpiece and said, and every single point he tried to make, they said, no, that's not true, that's a lie. Did you see those guys? Did you see that one? It's a great video. It's well worth checking out. I wish I could remember.
Did you see the person that played a tuba next to the?
Yeah. Did you see? Did you see today the woman doing that to the civil?
Yeah. Was that from?
Then someone did a video of it, like
the Ken Burns thing. Yeah.
So good. That was the kind of internet I thought we would have. I thought it was going to be a great kind of outpouring of creativity, But the unfortunate thing is that right-wing people aren't funny and they don't have a sense of humor.
Yeah, that's not even a controversial thing to say.
No, they're not funny. So they think like how do you pronounce it? I don't think I've ever said in real life Peep or Pep.
Or Pepe.
Oh, Pepe.
So if they do a Pepe, I don't think I've ever said it. I've never had reason to because people I know have lives. Sure. But like to have an image of Pepe putting someone in a gas chamber, it's not funny on any level.
Right. Well, that's why they keep retreating to meta.
Oh, it's funny in a way you don't understand.
I'm 15 years old and I don't believe in God, and I'm moments from shooting up a school. Maybe not. Hardy har har.
Yeah.
Here's a GIF of a Chinese baby getting run over in a parking lot. I jerked off to it. The only cool thing about that, those terrifying children.
He didn't really jerk off to that.
It's a fictional character. I'm making up but it's like that thing where they're like they're never more than one shocked reaction away from revealing that that's all part of the joke, and it's like this kind of odd. Yeah, it's like celebrating being. It's in a way. It's like well, we kind of pinned a medal on, for instance, gangster rap when it was the 90s and it was like. We're going from rapping about peas and carrots to all of a sudden this person's saying the N-word a lot and the F-word even more and the C-word and everything, and he's talking about shooting other people and all this stuff, and the parents are like, oh my God. And the defense of that is, we're just showing you how it is.
Yeah.
We're expressing something that's going on, and it's kind of hard to argue with that. In fact, in the right cultural context, we applaud that. So now you've got these kids who
they're,
are like
they're not showing anything that's going on. They're showing what's going on.
they're showing what's going on to the human mind under the influence of a global culture, which is absolute warpage. They're showing what's going on when your parents don't hit you enough. Maybe that's a joke. See, I can do it too. But like they're showing,
You gotta hit your children, people. You gotta hit them.
they're showing how a primate reacts to being part of an 8 billion light bulb Christmas display, and it ain't pretty.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's excusable at all.
I went on holiday. I went offline for a while, and it was really good. I realized my mood was much better, and my son, my son noticed that when I was going back online, I was getting anxious.
Oh, dude, it's crazy, man. It's like Twitter. Which is the only thing I actually do go to online, because Reddit's like too.
I try not to.
But it's like an actual fucking like it's gotten to a point where for real it wouldn't even be a funny episode of Intervention. It would actually be like an understandable one, like because it truly is like this toxic thing I'm doing to myself.
You feel like you're helping as well.
Yeah.
You feel like, oh, if I retweet this,
it's giving you a sense of order and justice and also like community and feelings and all this stuff. And so it's just like, you cannot fucking. I keep hitting that goddamn app, and then I'll delete it for a couple days, and then I'll be like cuddling with Cody and like laughing and all this stuff, and then somehow it'll come up because it's like embedded in a web page, or you click on a thing and you're like back on Twitter, and I'm like fucking. I'm just like I'm like snapping at people, like I said, I want my eggs poached.
I like if I haven't seen Dan for a few days, I can tell if Dan is on a New York to LA flight and drunk, because there's 9 million tweets. Wait, you're trapped on a plane and something got under your skin.
Also another unfortunate thing about it is how fast time passes when you're on it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I realize, like I saw a sketch by these two guys that I really liked, and I just sent a direct message to them, and I said, "Great sketch," They wrote back and said, "Oh, thank you," And then I saw, because I'd written a direct message to him, I saw that the previous message to him had said something similar about an earlier one he did 5 years ago.
Oh wow!
So I had two conversations with this guy, and 5 years have passed in between these two conversations, and it feels like I blinked. It feels like I looked down at Twitter, and when I looked up, everyone's. My kids are 10 years old, and
a U.S. president used it to get elected, and he continues. That's a really telling thing. We're going to look back at this and go, like, this is like having mercury in your food or something. I'm not saying everybody get off of Twitter. I'm saying, like obviously, wouldn't that be great if we all realized one app was somehow the thing? It's just that Twitter is a really easy example of it, because Trump clearly got addicted to it. It's like blood magic, right, buddy?
Yeah.
Right?
Hashtag.
It's like this weird like magic that like gets in your body, and then it kind of takes you over. And before, like, that guy can't. We've all been saying it over and over again. He can't stay off Twitter. He like got elected through it. So why would he stop? And I feel exactly the same way. I didn't get elected, but I keep feeling like, well, my life up till now has gotten where it is with Twitter in my pocket. I've tweeted my life, and it's fucking insane. It's like I used to blog.
Yeah.
N-word. I used to express myself in prose. Recreational.
He used to not say N-word.
It was like and
he said the N-word.
By the way, let's trade. My leader is so dumb, like, because we're not totally in tune. My president revealed today, absolutely unequivocally, totally empirically, including like multiple peer-reviewed control groups, scientific lab. He didn't know how to spell the word heal.
Yes.
And it was scientifically proven because he deleted it twice. You know about this, right?
I do not.
He wrote, "Our country will heal. We're going to heal the country." So not only multiple times, there's
heal
no
twice.
typos. And then, so heal was twice in the tweet.
But he gave it double
Then
E?
the tweet was deleted. and then
They
reposted same
typo.
spelling, and then deleted again. This is in the span of 36 minutes that the leader of the free world, as we used to call it, is figuring out homonyms. Forget about North Korea. I got that figured out. Fire and fury. Now, but if I say "Dear Mom" in a letter, why has she got no antlers? Harvard? Where did he go? Didn't he go to fucking college? I dropped out.
I don't know where he went.
He
Dude,
probably.
I went to college.
He's a college
The
graduate.
consensus is he kind of just bought his way through.
Well, yeah, but how can that be? It's like that's fucking insane.
Dan, he couldn't go to college. He was too busy not fighting in Vietnam.
Anyways, well, give us a like how,
Oh, I'm not sure there's anything. I mean, like everyone knows how to spell. That's kind of the base.
In Europe, the
that's the
idiots know
baseline
how to
we-
spell.
We do know. They do know how to spell, but it's almost worse in a way because, as I say, that kind of level of people, they don't seem to know what they're doing is disguised by their ability to spell. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so like so you don't really see how disastrous everything
Yeah,
is.
like Boris Johnson and Le Pen, like they can spell, but they're still villains.
Yeah.
Well, you're right about that because whether or not they realize it or not, it's just like so flies in the face of. I think Malcolm X had some quote of like I think it was him that said something that's like, underneath something about that racism gets a stronger reaction when there's a suspicion that it's valid or something like that. I can't remember the actual quote. He was speaking to the fact that we all know in common psychology, which is like, if you're truly like fucking the score and you're cool and objective truth is on your side and life is fair to you, and someone calls you honky, like you're like, yeah, and but if the cards are not stacked in your favor and all these things, and and then someone says something fucked up to you, your anger could be it's buoyed by the, as he put it, I think suspicion of its validity or something like that. So now you have this like kind of right-wing movement which says what is predicated on this idea that in America, first of all, there was a golden age that's fascism 101, some reference to it, some fucking like vague golden age that no one will ever be pinned down on. Make America great again. When was it great? They will never answer that question. 1983. Okay, well now that you said that, I'm going to show you charts. Fake news. But like it's this idea that whiteness is better. America's better. America's a white country. The Statue of Liberty only says huddled masses on the bottom of it because there was a poetry contest. Like, come on, we've never meant that. That was co-opted. That was Michelle Obama turned that into a thing.
Also, she's green.
Yeah,
she's not even white.
But when they can't spell first grade English, it does help. Like because you could be still a 90 IQ anti-immigration politician, and just by virtue of boarding school, you could spell the word heel.
Pence is really dangerous.
Yeah.
I think for that reason.
Everyone moderate who now knows how many doors can be opened and how quickly and how far they're allowed to go before anyone cries uncle is dangerous.
And
now everyone is dangerous.
It's really frightening to me that Pence would never have got within miles of the White House if he hadn't snuck in under Donald's fart cloud. There's no way.
Donald's fart cloud? Is that what you said?
It's like a protective.
I'm writing that down.
That's the new series you're pitching while you're here. Maybe I don't know.
But he wouldn't be. No one would like. He's even visibly disturbing. There's something very kind of Stephen King villain about him, and he just wouldn't have got in. And now what? He's going to be in power for three years. I mean, that's something I'm a little bit worried about. More worried in a weird way than Donald, because I'm kind of enjoying watching Donald become the biggest loser of all time.
Yeah. But there could be a thing here. It could be like a defibrillation, a near-death experience where coming out of it, no matter what happens, as politics resumes being politics and becomes even more dangerous because it stops being a rodeo clown, that the woke, the millennials, the younger people, even than them, have now experienced this thing of like, are you telling me that becoming the president is, first of all, not a contest that you win by being a good person, not a contest you even win by being good at that job, but most importantly, is actually it holds no reward. Like if you actually just blunder into it and start throwing birthday parties for yourself, you will become more hated than if you had just stayed a manager at Burger King. And therefore maybe there are more important things going on in my world than winning this weird Highlander contest of who can be the biggest douche. And then maybe I don't know. But let's talk about, like, I want to talk to you as a writer so I can pretend that I'm one. About like
vice versa.
Are you finding it difficult to write, period? Like right now?
Yeah, kind of. I mean...
Good. Okay, good.
No, I think it's... what's the problem? What's the problem with it?
Because life is a fucking screenplay?
And
you can't type fade in on a guy finding magic shoes?
There's interesting things.
It's like, well, what do the shoes turn into Hitler heads? Because otherwise I'm beaten by...
But I think you might suffer from that worse than me, because I think you're in a great way very cerebral, and I think that you hate, like Tim and Eric, I know, have this thing where I think they said once that a lot of their style just comes from them being terrified of boring people. So they have that kind of very insane style that
I have no such fear.
But your stuff is very aware of itself. It's very aware of what it's doing. I try and suppress that for a first draft. You know what I mean? Sometimes successfully and sometimes not, but it's harder to do that these days because it's like what you were saying. I think you said about Rick and Morty that you were going to have a big secret, but you decided not to because the internet would figure it out before.
Did,
yeah. And that's kind of the problem. It's like you're competing now against a giant wasp brain, that is the world, and that makes it a little bit more difficult to do the necessity of a boring first draft. Do you know what I mean? So, but I'll tell you what I'm doing that's helping. I'm watching a lot of Cheers. That helps because you look at Coach and you just think, I want to write someone like Coach.
Right.
I love him.
But Graham and the show you're working on now is what's it called?
We just did a show, Count Arthur Strong, which is this really funny guy played by Steve Delaney, who we had 3 years on BBC One, where I might as well have just thrown every episode down a crevasse because they didn't repeat it.
No, but when you're writing,
please don't let me stop complaining about that. It'll just die there, and I'll look like I'm blaming everyone but ourselves. But
when you're writing your stuff, like, you're writing for mostly a UK audience, or?
Yeah, but I'm hoping that everything travels the way the IT crowd and TED has kind of traveled a little bit,
But
IT crowd especially.
But you're not hopefully writing to try to please a certain kind of audience. You're just writing what you like. But
No, I guess I was always really. I mean, I don't want to speak ill of any show, but I always preferred Seinfeld to Curb, because for me, Seinfeld, because it had to navigate the kind of strictures of commercial network TV. For me, it was like a Cole Porter song or something. It was just a bit more elegant than Curb for me.
Because of the constraints.
Yeah, because of the constraints. And I felt that the performances were stronger and the whole thing together. I like the elegance, and I like when things are difficult. So with Count Arthur, for instance, we don't curse because kids love him. So writing a night, and one of my favorite things, which I think I've spoken about before on this show, but one of my favorite things is taking taboo subjects and making them palatable to a family audience. I think that's a really funny thing when you get it right, and I thought Seinfeld did that beautifully. I mean, Master
Their incest episode was amazing.
And Master,
she's a brother fucker. She fucks her brother. Oh, yeah. I'd like to be her brother. Giddy up.
But yeah, but they would.
Why is it that, I mean, you probably can't answer this because it's a question about my own taste, but like, why do I find English or Irish, like, writers and TV shows,
Same reason I like American shows.
Toast of London is the funniest goddamn thing in the
Yeah,
world.
that's
Is it
written by
because they sound
author-
funny? Is that the answer?
But you know that's written by Arthur who did Father Ted as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's Arthur.
Yeah, that's a fucking doozy.
Yeah, yeah. But that's, it's the same thing. When I saw, me and Arthur, we used to watch little clips of Saturday Night Live, which you couldn't see. It wasn't broadcast over where we were, so we would just see little videos of it, later on YouTube and stuff. But beforehand, they were just on these compilations where they had to show tiny clips because they couldn't use any of the celebrities because they would have to pay them again or something.
Wow, weird.
So you'd only see like snatches of sketches.
Just all Lorraine Newman.
Yeah, but we would see we would see a sketch like Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer. It was like, that is the greatest thing, and we just thought they were working on this really high level, and it wasn't until we saw whole episodes where we realized, oh, okay, it's a little bit more conventional.
Also, you grew up at Monty Python, and we didn't. Like you would.
Yeah.
It's like I saw Monty Python piecemeal through like weird syndicated shows in the middle of the night.
Yeah. And I saw Python when I was a teenager, so it had that, and a kid, so it had a very strong effect on me. Probably more of an effect. It's just you see stuff that when it's hard to see, it feels more valuable.
Yeah. Because I didn't know what a budgie was. I didn't know that was a parakeet.
Oh, really?
I just knew it was a funny word. I just thought they were making shit up. Like they were
right.
Like, no, that's a thing in England. I didn't know that.
Well, I remember that.
Well, half the American audience, as teenagers, probably didn't know what the Spanish Inquisition was. I thought I was like, oh, that's funny as a joke from history class, but so you didn't have to know because it's like that's the thing. I'm always like it doesn't matter how many references. It doesn't matter that.
But they were great because they didn't seem to have a lot of references. I mean,
Python.
Yeah, I mean,
it was like,
not cultural references. It was all very
not pop cultural.
Yeah,
like not like of the
but
moment.
But they were all
like,
culture references to us because we don't know what Yorkshire is and we don't know what Burnley is, and they were.
But maybe that's why it travels. I don't know.
I mean, it just. I remember being like a freshman in high school and being in theater class, and then we were doing a play, and the seniors they all had the secret language, and they were all. I found out years later they were all quoting Monty Python.
Okay.
Somebody had gotten a hold of some tapes or something like that, and they would all like it's just a fish, or like no one expects a Spanish Inquisition. I had no idea what they're talking about. I thought they were all just like great friends who had their own like riffs, but it's like no, like they were all speaking Monty Python, and it was like the punk rock of comedy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
kind of curious.
I still don't think it's been beaten as a sketch show.
Is Des here? Our new. He's not here, is he? All right, fine. Jeez, you remember how excited we were? Des, the blind guy.
Yeah.
And we were like, "You should come back," and he was like, obviously got in his van and was like, "Fuck off."
I mean, he's blind. He could be anywhere right now.
He probably thinks he's at the show.
He's probably like, this show is a little light on laughs.
So he's here. So we talked about finding it harder to write. Now let's talk about how have the duties changed in writing? If you do manage to write again and you're writing comedy, because the thing is, what you're talking about is saying, I'm watching Cheers. Well, good. So you're saying getting back to the craft of just like making people happy. You're right. Like, am I spoiled by the idea that it's okay for things to acknowledge what's happening outside the bubble of television reality? Is it a superior craft to like go, all right, well, the answer is yes, in my opinion. It's just that I don't know how to do that, though.
I'm not sure what can you rephrase that?
Yeah, I haven't finished even wrongly phrasing it.
He answered his own question that he hadn't quite asked himself.
I'm just sort of babbling about it because I'm like, I mean, when you say watching Cheers and like, I'm thinking about like, okay, so like Cheers didn't say there's either socialism or fascism happening outside of the Cheers bar.
Right.
Cheers might make jokes where if you were an alien society, you could go, it appears they lived in some kind of democratic republic because they just made a joke about a senator. but
Well, we did on Count Arthur.
it's 9/11. They call out 9/11 when it's
9/11.
I don't know what's gotten into them.
Hello, comedy lovers. This episode of Harmontown is brought to you by the good people at Fulton and Rourke.
Are you talking about Fulton and Rourke? Are those the good people?
Those are the best people.
Those are the two people.
I mean, well, Fulton and Rourke, mostly good people. There's two guys there that are a little creepy.
Fulton?
Well, I don't know.
It's either him or Rourke. In fact, it has to be both of them. He said there's two guys at Fulton and Rourke that are creepy.
I know.
It's certainly not Jessica, the Fulton and Rourke receptionist.
Jessica Rourke?
Ooh, yeah, you mean the poster child for nepotism and the glass ceiling?
Look, let's not get sidetracked. We're here to talk about men's fragrance, aren't we? We're here to talk about men's fragrance and grooming. It's a grooming company that specifies? It's a grooming company that specializes in solid colognes, shave and shower products, all designed to make getting ready easier and more enjoyable.
Their travel-friendly wax-based colognes go anywhere. The armpits, the butthole, anywhere. I think they mean anywhere on the earth.
They actually put one special device called an Obesian that allows you to really get in there.
Fulton wanted us to tell you that. Rourke, bit of a homophobe. Plus, there's nothing to break or spill, and of course, they all smell fantastic. And let's face it, guys are not famous for smelling fantastic. You can use all the help you can get, and who to get it from better than old Fulton and
good buddy Rourke.
His good buddy Rourke.
I don't trust any Rourke that spells his name Roark.
Why not?
I don't. It seems like he's hiding something. I'll tell you what he's not hiding: delicious fragrances that come in solid form.
Fulton and Rourke's bar soap is designed to exfoliate the skin with or without a washcloth.
GQ magazine just named Fulton and Rourke's shave cream the very best on the market today.
Try it for yourself at FultonandRourke.com and save 15% off your purchase by using the code FERAL at checkout.
Your very first wax-based cologne or salve will come with Spencer, and he will apply it.
Oh, yeah.
Spencer, we have a little of Fulton and Rourke's solid cologne. Will you treat me?
All right, hold on.
Give it to me.
Take off your pants.
Oh, they're already
Spencer's putting on one of those Italian Renaissance bird beak masks.
He's this is some eyes wide shut shit going on here.
I'm ready to put the mask on now.
Okay, now start putting the cologne on me.
All right, let me just get my gloves on.
Go to FultonandRourke.com right now. Save 50%, and Spencer will arrive at your house like a mist.
Archibald Fulton here. When I partnered with Nathaniel Rourke in 1971, my goal was simple. Provide the world's finest balms, oils, topical ointments, solid and wax-based colognes at a premium price for no discount. However, Rourke got to me and said, prices shouldn't be premium and there should be a discount.
Here's one in your eye, liquid cologne.
Nathaniel.
Yes?
It's me, Archibald.
For far too long have we lived under the horrible tyranny of liquid-based colognes and fragrances.
When we aren't on safari replacing animals,
We used to be called Fulton and Woke.
but we thought it was too on the nose.
Here's something you should put on your nose. Some of our fragrances and grooming creams.
Put a solid wax cologne right in your sniffer.
Our travel-friendly wax-based colognes go anywhere. Plus, there's nothing to break or spill. And, of course, they all smell fantastic.
Wait,
Oh.
is that our arch rival Nebuchadnezzar
It's me, Carl Ampersand.
Oh, Carl Ampersand. You, the hater of quality grooming products for men?
No, he's the love of wax-based colognes that brings Fulton and Rourke together.
Oh.
He's an ampersand.
Oh.
I have mixed receptions.
I always wondered why we chose ampersand instead of the word and.
Yeah, Rourke forgets you, my friend.
I know, it's part of my existence, just as surely as Fulton and Rourke's bar soap is designed to exfoliate the skin with or without a washcloth.
It exfoliates your skin like sand. Fulton, Rourke, and ampersand.
Well, we
Never encouraged it.
I don't know if I'm answering the question, but with Count Arthur, the thing we just did, we just made the guy who owned the cafe they all go to Turkish, and we lost a lot of his idiot fans from his previous incarnation, a lot of his idiot racist fans, and that's what we wanted to do.
Wait, so he's not Turkish, he plays a Turkish character, and fans of his...
No, sorry, Steve Count Arthur.
Yeah.
It was a radio show before it was a TV show, and on the radio show it was totally different. We reinvented it for the TV. One of the things we put in was this Turkish guy, and so Steve and I discovered that a lot of racists liked him, and they just fucked off. So we just had this kind of nice filter that we got rid of a lot of people we didn't like just by having a character who...
That's fucking crazy.
But the thing about it, I mean, actually, I hope I'm not exaggerating. It wasn't many. It was just with the internet, you always think there's more than there are.
Oh, they're louder because they know they represent nothing, and they know that there's no shows for them, and they know they're fucking desperate. They'll grab 1,000 pots and pans and bang them as hard as they can.
And you think there's more than there are. So, but it was nice to, and so I think the whole diversity thing, for us it was a very natural character to have in the show because there's a lot of Turkish.
It's a lot like trolling, right?
People in London, and it just felt right.
You're doing things that in your gut, you have a processor. You go like, the certain kind of person is gonna bump on this,
but
and then
I genuinely didn't know that would happen. I genuinely didn't think just the appearance of this character in the show would have a lot of people saying like we were called politically correct,
right?
Just because we had this character in, and I didn't expect that, It was very strange.
What was the impulse to make that character Turkish in the first place?
Because we knew a lot of Turkish guys who were like that, and we thought they were funny, kind of grumpy. A little bit of the soup Nazi in there as well. Who everything I do is influenced by Seinfeld in some way. And we found this brilliant actor who was just when he never smiled, he was hilarious.
So they just wanted the show to be lily white and no.
Yeah, because that's how the original was.
Right, the radio one.
Anything that was different to that, and there was a mixed race relationship in it, and that
I think that people that freak out, it's like, I'm going to say a solid chunk of them, they're not actually, if you change Peter Parker to African American, if you say this character can be female now, if you, I think that there's surely a bunch of people that are like, no, I hate women, you shouldn't do that. And then there's these like cousins of theirs who are perfectly comfortable standing next to them because they think that they're such big fans of comedy or sci-fi or comic books or whatever their thing is. They think that they're such big, great fans that and that they perceive this agenda that has nothing to do with, for instance, making comic books as cool as they can be, making video games as great as they can be, making movies as funny or as loyal to this or that, and that they. It actually is. It's almost like a recruitment thing for them. It's like those guys go, "Oh man, Doctor Who's a woman? Like that ain't Doctor Who." And then there's a Nazi standing in the shadows 5 feet from there, going, "Psst, over here. We agree. Doctor Who ain't Doctor Who no more. If it's a Doctor Her, come over here." And they're like, "What? Yeah, I'm so frustrated." They're like, "Oh, you don't know the frustration. How many people is 6 million people?" Do you think? It's a lot of people. Exactly. Come here. Come and just keep walking with me. It's getting awful dark. Not to cast any of those people as innocents, but I do think I think that I think it's like there's a difference between hate and ignorance. I think that, hopefully, because otherwise we got to just go, oh, there's all these hateful people. We might as well be like, fine, they're like White Walkers, and let's just either like eliminate them or let them kill us. Like, no, it's like it's not like that. It's like there's a lot of ignorance at play. and people get like at different times in their life, like they go like, oh, I hate this idea that feminism is a thing in comedy. I'm sick of reading these articles. I can't, all these headlines, women. I'm so sick of the women, and that's that. You must not be thinking about comedy very much if you're focused on women being involved. That's not comedy. Comedy should be about the comedy, which is me at 24 throwing that magazine across the room.
Yeah. But as far as I've done it for a long time now. I know I can do a certain type of show. We did Father Ted. It had three male characters and one female character. I know I can do that. It would be interesting to do a show with 3 female characters and 1 male character, which we've just done. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It just keeps you limber.
Well, yeah. Well, I think the important thing is to do that and then have it be fucking awesome, because because that's the. It doesn't. It otherwise you're just like it's like you're pouring like energy into this weird engine that exists where I don't even know. That's another half hour.
You just know you can do it. You know you can do it. So why do it again? Why That's why I think diversity is an interesting. It's another discipline. And it's another stricture you can put on yourself, and I don't know. I think that leads to interesting. As I say, Seinfeld for me, best example. You can't talk about masturbating on a show, but so they come up with 3 different ways of talking about it. That's where the fun is. So why not embrace it? Why not embrace something like diversity as a chance to show what you can do?
Yeah. And I think the unspoken answer is,
if not, for the wider reasons. I mean, also obviously there are good reasons to do it anyway, but for reasons of artistic reasons, it's a good artistic reason too. It's a good reason.
Yeah, guys like me, I always want to just say, like, don't you want to prove that you're the most talented person in the world?
Yeah.
So don't you want all of this nonsense about anyone not having access and any suspicions of an unfair field to be abolished, so that at some point in your life you can go, I'm the best writer.
There's a flip side to it though with the internet though, which really does annoy me, which is people telling writers what they can and can't write about. That really annoys me. You see that a lot. Like writers are jukeboxes.
Right.
And that's a really good argument for unplugging yourself from the internet.
Yeah. The uplifting thing about that though is that I go like, shit, man, no one's gonna replace me. This generation is fucked. They think TV's like a faucet. They're just like, I was like, so there ain't no 25-year-old Dan Harmon coming down the pike.
Do you feel like that though? Does that worry you?
Well, when I see that stuff, that's how I make myself feel better. I'm like, well, if this person can yell at the creator of a show and say you're not creating it right, then like no one's gonna. These kids are not equipped to produce a competitor.
I really like it, isn't it? I've got this terrible twin. Is this boring for everybody?
Well,
I've got this terrible.
Someone nodded.
And that person, Norman Lear.
I've got this.
Sorry, Mr. Lear.
He comes up with his belt like a wrestler. Yeah, I'm bored. I'm bored of the scene, Mean Gene. I'm bored of these whippersnappers talking about how they should diversify. I think you need to energify. Ain't that right, William?
Ain't that? He's a writer, everybody. Ain't that right, William? We'll be right back.
I tried to think of another showrunner. I was like, I don't know.
James L. Brooks.
I got this double thing going on where I kind of don't like watching new things because I'm jealous, but at the same time, I really want to see good things. So because when you see good things, it makes you want to write better things, but it's really hard.
It's like showering for me. Every time I'm in the shower, I'm like, I should do this all the time. And that's like how I feel if I'm halfway through an episode of New Girl. I'm like, why the fuck don't I do this? This is fine.
The the recent one for me was The Good Place, which I started watching, and because it's just a show, my inclination is not to watch it.
Yeah, no, I don't know what that fucking is, man. I haven't watched Atlanta
it's good.
yet.
It's really good.
Like,
Megan Amram, who's really funny.
Graham, Dan, you don't read like literature, like novels or things like that, right?
yeah, I'm a real bookworm. What the fuck?
We've talked about this.
But I need to ask though. This is something I've tried to ask him on Twitter, and I never get an answer. So I'm going to be able to ask you now. Where does your understanding of the writer, the circle come from? Is it from reading Campbell?
The first thing I read is that book you mentioned, Christopher Vogler's Writer's Journey. Before and then having, I always recommend that to young people or old people that haven't. I mean new people, like that are like asking me how do I process like the Campbell stuff, and I said, like, read the Vogler book first because it's so
simple,
paint by numbers, but don't stop there because having read that now, like, try to digest Campbell from cover to cover.
I bought it today, and I started reading it.
Yeah.
And it's
Hero of a Thousand Faces.
Yeah,
it's tough going, man.
Because once you've got Vogler or any other kind of
it's pretty readable, I thought.
Well, actually, there's a chapter or two in there for me that I've had to read and reread and reread.
Yeah, but that's what
every paragraph that Campbell
6
writes, you have to reread 1,000 times. I mean,
but that's what 5 and 6 on the circle is like for me.
Yeah, it gets really dense at one point. I'm like, okay, he's blowing my mind. I think.
Yeah. He's blowing
my mind has been blown until my mind doesn't work anymore.
Well, he's explaining to you that the concept of mind blowing reveals to you that you are the mind blower.
But you see, I've been asked to go to Australia and talk to people about comedy writing, like to do a course like Robert McKee or something.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm just copying your blog post.
But they just want, you know what those guys want down there? I've been down there. They want you to pretend they don't have poisonous spiders. They're very sensitive about that. Apparently there hasn't been a poisonous spider death in 30 years. Whatever. I said to them, no other country has that statistic. You protest too much, Australia. But they really just like the sound. They like you to sound like one of them. So can I teach you a phrase?
Oh, wait. Stand back.
I like that hat, mate. Just remember that. If you get into a jam, just go, I like that hat, mate.
You know what I find suspicious about the Aussies is that they really insist that you don't have any worries.
Yeah.
They don't want you. They want you to have no worries at all time. I'm like, that worries me.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah. But the thing is, I don't really have a unified theory of writing. My stuff is grabbed from all different places, and character.
I'll give you a sneak. I found there's a cheat. Okay.
Right.
The circle. Okay.
Yeah.
So just do quadrants now. Top half is. I want to make sure I get this right.
Order.
No, stop. So, top half is good.
Appetizers.
Just stop. God damn it. So, top half is good. Bottom half is bad. Right half is dishonest. Left half is honest.
Oh no, I know that one. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Because it's just a cheat. It's just
I
like,
forgot
okay,
about
well,
that.
it doesn't even matter. Your thing's about a banana. Okay, so good dishonest,
Good
cross the
dishonest,
threshold into bad dishonest, and then the goddess
banana.
midpoint. Like there's this truth that changes everything. It's like another threshold. You go into. Honest bad, which is like why you get your ass kicked, because it's like the truth is you suck,
but you
and then you recover from that, and now the truth can be that you're good.
Yeah.
Can you riff the banana story? Like just kind of give us the beats of good. I want to know. I want to know what bad dishonest banana is.
Something to do with ripening.
In my Seth Rogen animated film called Banana Boys, there's a bunch of bananas, and they all agree that getting peeled is the worst.
The worst.
It's the worst. So they try to avoid getting peeled, and then one of them gets peeled, and he has to adapt to getting peeled. So he's like a naked banana, and he's like, he's cool with it. And then he finds out that bananas are actually plantains. that he was never a banana, and so
This
and it's
summer.
like he was adopted. His parents didn't want him. He just looked like a banana. It doesn't matter, peeled, unpeeled. Go fuck yourself. And then he gets back to the fucking
So
banana store.
I'll just tell the Australians that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's never going to sound very great on the whiteboard. Like,
But I tell you, that was the most that was the biggest change in writing for me, was seeing that Juicy Details post. You know, once I realized that everything in the second half was the trailer. That's how I describe it to people. That everything in the bottom half is the trailer for that week's episode. And I thought that was just so clear. As soon as I realized that, you could start filling out the bottom half, and that helps you decide what the top half is. It's so easy and wonderful. It made everything better for me.
As you can imagine, if you ran the simulator, as if a writer that you admired saying that to you, it hits you in like an Oreo of flattery and fucking panic, because you're like, wait, what? So then there's going to be some subreddit where people say, have you noticed that since Graham said that Dan Harmon changed how he wrote, that all his shit sucks or something? Like they're gonna they'll trace it or something, and I'll be like, I don't want any responsibility.
No, don't worry.
Like, don't listen to me.
I won't tell you the exact point I started.
They called out 9/11 because we start playing D&D around this time.
Yeah.
So stick around and have a drink with me after, or you can.
I'd love to. I got to meet a friend, so I don't know what he's doing, but I will.
All right, then fuck you. I mean, you're giving us an Irish goodbye. That's amazing.
No, it's not.
We don't usually get the real thing.
It's
a real Irish goodbye. Everybody thank Graham for coming.
Graham Linehan, everybody. Thank you, Graham. Let's say goodbye to Graham and bring up Steve Levy, everyone. Steve Diarrhea Jr. to the stage. Hello, Steve.
Hey. Shit.
Now I just want to go home and rewatch Father Ted because I got to hang out with the guy that made it. It makes me so happy. Fuck off. Drink. That's for the 4 people that have seen that show. All right, Spencer, do you want to disperse the character sheets here?
Nah.
I wish somebody go. I don't know. I always feel bad when I interview people. Like, I don't know how to interview them. Just tell me.
How do you think you should interview people?
You've been doing this for years. You're great at it.
Theoretically, yeah. Listen to Steve. You're great at it. What do you think is the right thing to do in an interview? I'm just curious.
Plumb the depths?
Do you think you tend to do that?
No.
Well, there's a great first step. I don't know. I don't know the right answer. I'm trying to work through it with you. Does it feel good?
Just play your game.
This is why I sequester myself for other people's benefit.
Steve, how you been doing, man? How's your week been?
My week?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was a decent week.
You're overworked, aren't you?
Yes. It's fine. It's great. I love it.
You're dying a little inside every day, aren't you?
Steve's an incel.
But he likes it.
That's not true. That's not true.
He likes dying a little inside. He likes being overwhelmed. I'm telling you, man.
I'm not going to say who it is, Steve, but there is a gal that came to one of our shows. I don't know if it was this one or something else here at the castle. But you got a secret admirer out there who was like, I got a big crush.
A lot.
I got a big crush on that Steve Levy.
They're just all over the place.
Yeah.
What?
They're just not here. That's the problem.
Well, yeah. I don't even admire a woman that is hot for Levy, because it's like it's such an obvious. It's like low-hanging boy candy.
That's what I call my balls.
Adorable Boy Scout, no, I'll just take this ring to Mordor. I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
try.
What kind of girl falls for sweet, good-looking guys with biceps? I mean, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, oh well. Good luck impressing me as a woman if you're hot for an obvious choice. Go ahead, but I'm just going to be like, well, so...
But the thing is, that the reason why he's so adorable is that he doesn't consider himself an obvious choice. Do you? Do you secretly go like, I got the fucking goods?
No. I don't think I consider myself an obvious choice.
So you're like...
It's never worked out for me.
See, now, I want to fuck you, just because that was so charming. You just made me gay.
You're saying, Steve, you don't know you're beautiful, and that's why you are? Isn't that the song?
Yeah.
You don't know you're beautiful!
That's what makes you beautiful.
You think you're a nerd!
The One Direction song?
Yeah.
You're like Velma!
Yeah.
Or Mary Ann!
See, I wear suits because I don't look good in a t-shirt. You can just go out in a t-shirt and you look like...
you look good in a t-shirt.
You look like young Jewish Paul Newman all the time, but it's...
Young Jewish Paul Newman.
He's Jewish Cool Hand Luke.
You're kind of saying it because Paul Newman was young at one point, so then you can contract that and you can just call him Paul Juman.
I mean, that sounds a little more insulting, but yeah, I mean...
And a tinge anti-Semitic.
Well, a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
It's good.
He's a cute dad?
Oh,
Neb.
yeah.
Neb? Like nebbish?
It's short for Nebulon.
Do you speak Yiddish? Hebrew. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Wait, I'm sorry.
you.
What's the difference between Yiddish and Hebrew?
Different dialects, man.
So, what is Yiddish, like an informal, or what's the?
Steve, you want to field this one?
I'm pretty. Yiddish was like Eastern European.
It's Hebrew and German.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Because I have relatives that speak a little. They're like my great grandparents, like they're from like the Polish corridor part of Europe, and like there's a lot of like Yiddish like isms. Like I would get my dupa washed in the bathtub. Dupa means that's Polish. That's for butt. But
Your
boy,
family
I like that.
washed your
But
butt?
I think
I like those dupa washings.
But, madam out there, I think we can agree that does Steve have a punum? What a punum? What a punum?
A what? A punum?
He's got a punum.
And
He's
I
got a
hear he's a
pornum?
mensch.
A shana punum?
Yeah.
He's got a shana punum.
Unga chachka. Did I say something?
Dan, yes, I think you called me a knick-knack. Let's play some D&D, shall we, before the time runs out? I mean,
I don't know. All right. Maybe we'll set.
I think we've had enough of this Michigas.
All right. We'll set aside a segment for next week. We'll just it'll be called, as someone on Twitter suggested, "Take It or Levy." We'll get to know Levy a little.
Or we just have Levy dating game. We just bring up all the women that are in love with him and just bring
This
them
will
up on
be
stage.
great. Steve won't even be here. It'll be great.
He doesn't need any help there, and I'm not going to whore him out. I'm not going to
I just want to make him uncomfortable because it's adorable. We went to New York and he just every woman we met just fell in love with him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's not true.
No, that's true. You can't see it. We try to help. Don't get us wrong.
Okay.
It's something you don't see. It's great.
All right.
That's part of your charm. That's great.
Spencer, you got a squeeze lately? Any action in the dating realm?
I've squeezed a few, but no one's happy about it.
There's no squeaking happening.
Nobody won? Oh, no.
No.
All right. Spencer, if you don't mind, let's get us off. Last we left, some weird shit was going down, so hip us to the jive, if you would.
When last we left, some weird shit was going on. What happened? You guys had infiltrated the church with partially the help of Patchins. You conspired in the courtyard on what to do next, and you decided what to do next was to go to the library. Once in the library, you read a couple of the books and then went up some stairs, and one of the stairs had marbles in it, and Chad grabbed the marble, one of the marbles, and then Carlos grabbed the rest of the marbles, and you went up the stairs, and nothing was theirs. You went down and found a secret door. Carlos found a secret door, and he opened it, but there was a trap, and they took damage, and I hope it's written down on your character sheets. And then they went down into the secret dungeon where they saw an unholy sight. A robed figure manipulating a magical object and melting flesh together into unhinged monstrosities. Oh boy, who knows what would happen next? Find out now.
Do they see us? Do they notice our presence in the doorway here? Or are they too busy like making sexy blood magic
That's
go
a
on?
good question. So let's pretend we're going back in time. How do you guys go down this ladder? Because that would determine the answer to that question.
I usually sing my ladder song. Ladders go up, but mine goes down. I love a rung or two when you ring me a frown. No, we're trying to be stealthy, I think.
Right, but which order?
I think
I should go down first and put my shield and use my shield so you guys can come behind me and I could defend you.
Okay.
Just in case.
Wait, explain that more. You're on a ladder, you're using your shield to...
I'm gonna like Ghostbusters down the ladder and then whip out my shield and then you guys follow behind me and then any sort of
So you're
projectile.
sliding down the...
I'm sliding, I'm gonna do a quick move with my shield.
Whoa.
Just very like action hero-y, you know?
Is this the original Ghostbusters?
The first movie Ghostbusters.
Okay. All right. Well, I assume, I don't know. I've seen that movie, but I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
They have a fire pole.
They had a fire pole.
They go down a fire pole.
Right.
I come down like the new like the new women's Ghostbusters, and I go, oh, this looks like a room full of nightmares.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, you Ghostbusters down. Steve's in the lead with the shield leading, and the rest of you are behind him. So that's kind of the situation.
All right,
and that, it sounds like they do know you're here.
Uh-oh. How many people are in the room?
You see seven people. 6 of the people got all warped by flesh. They're like bathing in flesh, and it was mutating them into horrid monstrosities, like getting long arms and weird legs and stuff. Their chins are melting, and they're getting like an eyeball on a stick. It's gross.
But that rogue figure is the one that we found in the pumpkin patch where we were trying to be cow people, and he flew off, right?
Yeah, you can tell by the robe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
It's the same one.
That plan kind of worked then.
It worked enough.
All right, guys. How far away are we from them?
Sorry. Oh, boy.
Do we got a
Like
map?
30 feet.
Do we got a map of this room or no?
I don't have a map. A lot of the rooms are rectangular, and this is no exception.
All right.
So you're in the corner. The ladder comes down in the corner. There's kind of barrels stacked up along the walls, and there's one cabinet. On the far end of the longish room, you see the table that all that melted flesh was on, and there's also like an altar. It looks like an altar to an evil entity, and there's also a little well, like a well for drawing water.
And you're saying this to all of us because you're figuring we've all come down the ladder?
That's my assumption currently.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm willing
you
to
can
go
change
with that.
if
We
you
came
want,
down the
yeah.
ladder.
Yeah, whatever you guys want.
Okay, so they know we're there. The jig is up, right?
Oh, it is.
Okay. Guys, battle formations.
Gentlemen, Be ye man or beast, ye still be of the Church of the Silver Flame. Lay down your aggressions, recant, you'll be shown mercy.
All right. The robed figure picks up a barrel. It's like a big size barrel and throws it at you. She's faster than you. Oh, man.
All right, well,
Did you say
usual stuff
she?
isn't working.
What?
Did you say she?
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it hits you in the face, Steve.
What?
The
I
barrel.
have my shield out.
It hits you right in the shield.
Yeah, because you gender assigned her.
No, I did that. All right, you take 7 damage.
Holy shit.
You should have taken the eggshell pill.
Can you guys heal me?
The barrel explodes, spraying urine everywhere. Oh boy.
What?
She threw a pea barrel at you?
Well, it was a barrel. Yes, it was a pee barrel.
Why are they peeing in barrels?
It's the olden days. People peed in barrels back then.
Where do you want him to go? The First City National Bank building?
Why are they saving the pee?
It's for doing laundry.
I take that gold marble that I found in the trap that has kind of sloshy, maybe possibly liquid in it, and I don't know what it is, but I think it's probably a weapon, and I throw it at the robed figure.
All right. What's your ranged? Do you have a ranged attack?
Like with my bow, you mean?
Yeah, just give me your bow base attack bonus.
Well, that's 100 feet with the bow.
No, just the base attack bonus. Sorry.
Base attack bonus. Where are you?
It's on the left.
Oh,
maybe.
1.
Yeah. Oh boy, you throw the marble and it lands on the floor. It explodes and it emits a shrill ringing sound. It's like ring. The hooded figure recoils with a terrible scream, as if they're hypersensitive to sounds, but they don't seem to take any damage or anything.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I start hitting my steel shield with my elvish blade.
All right, you do that. It's making noise. Oh boy. They don't seem happy.
Damn it. Carlos, can you heal me?
Sure. Well, I mean, normally.
You can substitute any level 1 spell for a healing spell.
Right. Okay. Well.
That's a spontaneous casting.
All right. Well, I substitute Divine Favor off of my offensive loadout for a healing spell.
You don't seem very happy about it.
I have of course I'm not happy about it.
You don't have to heal
No one
me.
wants to give up Divine Favor. That's never sounds like a good idea, but friendship is friendship.
Oh man, you heal him for 10 damage.
Wow.
Thank you.
So I think you're back to full health even if you took the trap damage. I'll get that later.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So then all the shambling mounds start shambling towards you. It seems that all this mutating didn't make them faster. So they're kind of like a wall of disgusting flesh. It's horrendous.
How many of them?
There's 6 of them. They're kind of forming a wall between you and the hooded figure.
So it's just of the original people in this Roman Polanski scene that we walked into. Like, there's just the hooded figure, and now everyone else is turned into these shambling flesh people.
Yeah.
Okay. There's 3 of them.
6 of them.
6. Nice try.
I summon nature's ally.
All right. Which nature's ally
You
do
can
you
just
want
say
to
take
summon?
a shit. We're friends.
I summon a serpent.
All right. What kind of serpent?
Like a big ass cobra. Like a mutant loving cobra chomper.
All right. You summon a big ass cobra.
I dropped the kids off at the pool.
What do you want the cobra to do?
I want them to attack the boogans that are coming at us.
It attacks the boogans. Sorry, hold up. Oh boy.
While Spencer's consulting the literature to see how that attack fared, it'd be a good time to wonder whether you should have meal ingredients delivered to your home in a box. Do you hate eating prepared meals?
Yes.
Do you want to make your own, but you don't want to go to the grocery store? Well, then the world is dying.
What's
and
the
you're
name
in
of
luck.
this company?
Fresh Hello Box.
All right.
Fresh Hello Box.
Fresh Hello Box brings you 5 boxes a day full of gourmet ingredients from only the freshest people.
All right, so I got a cobra. I have a magic cobra in the room right
You
now.
guys know what I hate is liquid cologne. It's just not solid enough for me.
I don't like other people's undies. What happened to me undies? I don't want to keep walking around in their undies.
All right, the cobra, it wraps around one of the legs of one of these shambling horror things and bites it. Its jaws sink into the flesh of the leg, and oh man, it hurts. The thing, it cries out in a horrifically garbled cry. Oh man, it goes down. He's racked in pain from the what do you call it? Poison. Yeah, venom.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah, that's guys. That's called my little cobra friend. Now, does he keep moving around and kicking butt, or is he kind of dealing with that boogan for a while?
That guy is dealing with it right now. He's like tussling with it.
Okay.
Okay, so the hooded figure crosses over and attacks at what do you call it? Chad.
That's me.
Yeah. Now she's like real fast and she like blasts over to you. What's your AC?
It is 17 equals 17.
17. All right. You take 3 damage. She punches you with the strength of something real strong, like inhumanly strong. Oh boy, it hurts, but only 3 damage, so it doesn't hurt that bad. All right. So Steve's turn. If she was affected by the clanging sound of your shield, she's not really showing it.
Okay. How far is she from me?
She's within 10 feet of you because she's like mixing it up with Jeff, who's close to you or behind you potentially.
Is she? Do I have to go through the monster people to get to her?
No.
Can I do a full attack on her?
Yeah. How many attacks do you get on a full attack?
How many do I get?
Yeah.
Where would it say that?
Probably just 1. It wouldn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I'll just assume it's 1. It can't be not 1. Sorry, everybody.
It says +4 attack bonus.
Oh, you do get 2. What do you know? All right. You hit her with your sword. No. Do you have a sword?
I want to use my elvish blade and do some kind of cool Legolas attack with my bow.
Yeah.
Is that doable?
Wait, you said your bow?
I have 2 attacks, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna use your sword first and then do a bow attack?
Yeah, is that cool?
Well, it's not going to be as like you have a penalty to bow attacks within in a close range.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, just
everybody.
All right, 2. I'll use my elvish blade twice.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
One will be cooler than the next.
One is cooler than the next. The first hit misses, and the second hit hits.
Good thing I had 2 tries.
Yeah, that's it.
You slash into the hooded figure's face, revealing her face. It's pale. Yeah, it's just pale. She's got long, stringy black hair. It's like gross black hair. Oh boy, she's pale.
Is it a person?
It looks, yeah, it's like a human-looking person. Yeah. You slice her in the face.
Does she shake it out like it's that moment in an '80s movie where it's like it's a woman and she shakes her hair?
No, she starts to, but she was doing something else, and it doesn't.
And we already
actually
knew
go
she
in.
was a woman, so
How
we're
much
like,
damage does she take?
She takes 17 damage to the face.
All right.
You score a deep blow. It goes deep into her face. Oh man.
Is she bleeding?
She's bleeding.
Is it
You stabbed
human
her in
blood?
the face?
She sliced her in the face.
Is it like human red blood?
Yeah, it's human red blood.
Oh, okay.
But then her wounds start healing together. It goes like it sucks together. It's starting to heal fast style. It doesn't heal completely or anything, but it's starting to heal up inhumanly.
That's where I come in, right? Yeah. Isn't it my turn?
Yeah, it is.
Nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. Summon monster 1.
All right, what monster are you
Level
trying to
1.
summon?
Don't tell her what level it is.
Yeah, right. You're right. I don't know why I made that part of my incantation.
Make it sound like a high level monster.
Summon monster market price. You don't know.
What do you want to
If
summon?
you have to ask, you can't afford
the
it.
lobster thermidor you want.
What are you trying to summon, man?
Well, I'm sorry I had to ask you this, but I don't know my
There's
choices.
a dire rat, a dog, a dolphin, eagle, fire beetle, poison frog, pony.
God, I got
viper.
distracted when you said dolphin. I didn't hear anything else. I heard dire rat because it sounds like diarrhea. I got distracted by that. Just go from the top. Dire rat,
dog, dolphin, eagle, fire beetle,
Ewo?
Eagle.
I'm sorry. Eagle.
fire beetle,
Fire beetle.
fire beetle,
Fire beetle.
frog, poison frog.
Poison frog.
It's a poison
There's
frog.
a choice between frog
No,
and poison frog.
I was clarifying. Poison frog.
Don't pick
I'll
the
take
frog.
the regular frog.
I hope he settles near me.
I believe that dire rat is gonna be the perfect. Yeah.
We're in a legit dungeon.
Yeah.
You got to bring the rat out. We got a snake and a rat. It's like the Chinese calendar.
All right, you summon a dire rat. What are you doing with it?
Attack the robed woman.
All right, you summon a filthy rat the size of a small dog.
That's my commanding him.
Who are you attacking again?
The lady.
Oh man, it lunges at her, but it misses. It jumps straight past her into a wall.
I should have sicked it on one of the.
Poison frog.
No, I should have sicked it on one of the shambling mounds.
Yeah, that poison frog though. Oh boy. The shambling mounds, they continue to advance. They get towards you and start lashing out with their grubby, gross flesh hands.
6 of them. We're fucked.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of that.
All right, Jeff, you take just 5 damage. Steve takes 2 damage, and Dan takes 6 damage.
Now, are my HP on my sheet updated from last time?
They should be.
Okay. All right. So
You said earlier you hoped we'd marked it down.
I'm down to 6 HP right now.
Oh boy.
Whose turn is it?
It's not. It's
Shambling Mountain's turn?
No, it's the robe figure's turn. Okay. All right.
Should we run?
We're not running from shit. We got a cobra. We got your weak ass fucking rat.
We could make a fast getaway on those horses. I won't turn away from a fight, though. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
The vampire turns into mist.
The vampire?
Oh yeah, it's a vampire. Spoiler alert. Yeah, pale humanoid is kind of vampire, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially if they're healing. I mean, yeah, I could have done a better job. I'm not going to deny that. It's a vampire. Well, now it's a mist. It's not clear what this portends. All right, it's Jeff's turn.
So that vampire just boned out.
Well, it's a mist.
It's a mist. Is it still is it still misting around
At
the room?
the moment, it hasn't really picked a direction.
Did it do it because it doesn't want to get eaten by a rat, or did
It's
it?
not clear what this portends.
All right. Well, is it mist kind of all like in one like space?
No, it's kind of like the room's a bit foggy. It's not quite that compact, but yeah.
All right. Now, are these shambling motherfuckers, are they all in a group, or are they kind of like...
Yeah, they've all converged kind of around towards you.
All right, fire domain, firebolt! And I shoot, and I try to go zap and like zoom, like Pickle Rick laser in the fucking against what was his name? Condor? No, what? Jaguar. Yeah, I try to go wow across these motherfuckers.
All right. One of them catches on fire. Oh boy. He takes 6 fire damage and catches fire. And he's screaming this gurgly scream that sounds like he's got a melted uvula. And he starts running around and he's like catching things on fire, catching barrels on fire.
Uh-oh, he's making pea barrels catch fire.
You know how flammable pea can be.
Is pee actually flammable?
No. I don't think so, at least.
Mine frequently is.
Oh, shit.
How would any organism survive Darwin's gauntlet with flammable pee?
I wasn't thinking about it.
All right, so we got one that's been subdued by my snake.
By the viper, yeah. Oh, yeah, the snake should have a turn, too.
Oh, yeah.
Does he still want to keep tussling?
Is it a snake?
It's a cobra.
A cobra, yeah. Cobras always want a fucking another chance.
Is that the case?
Yes.
Okay. All right, he bites him again. Oh, this time he bites him right in the eye. Okay. All right.
That's on your dice?
Yeah, it was a snake eyes. Yay. That's our show. No. He bites him in the eye, and he's like screaming real loud as if the poison's in his brain.
Yeah.
All right.
Just a shambling mound you're talking about.
He's like he was a person. He's like a mutant person. It's like if a person turned into an action figure and melted.
Yeah.
So I got one dude on fire. This other guy's going crazy on snake eye poison.
Yeah.
All right.
Steve.
Have we eliminated any of those?
I'd say 2 seem to be out of the immediate fight.
Okay. I'll attack the closest one with my elvish blade.
All right. It's a you miss once and then it's a critical hit. Oh boy. Dealing damage. Dealing 14 damage. That was less than that normal hit. Okay. Well, that's numbers. All right. You lop off the stretchy, elongated head of one of the mutated forms. Oh, boy. Yeah. It's pain, baby. All right.
Nice job, DJ.
Thanks.
It's Harmon.
I am using Channel Smite. It's one of my feats.
Yeah.
Which won't fail me now. To deal extra damage to undead on attack. Now, I'm making the snap judgment in my head that these shambling mound things are not undead. And I got a nod. So I'm attacking the mist. I didn't think this through.
If you have a towel, do you think that could help? I don't know. Somebody absorb the mist.
Towels, mist's one great weakness.
The shambling mounds aren't undead. I'd know that as a cleric.
Yeah, you know that as a cleric. They're like mutants. They're like demonic.
They're not.
Yeah.
All right. Well then.
But they are evil.
God damn it! I got this mist. I gotta get this fucker. Like I can't hit her with a. I'll just hit a shambling man. I'm not channeling smite. I'm not doing that. I lied.
Okay.
I'm hitting a shambling mound with my morning star.
All right. What's your attack bonus and damage?
+2.
Oh wow.
×2 if it's critical.
All right. Well, you hit. Damage is 1d8, right?
Yeah.
All right.
+1, mind you.
All right. You smash one in his head. You explode his giant ear, and it oozes pus as his brain also pusses out of his ear. He dies.
Yeah! All right, it's 9:59 right now. So we got how many standing boogans have we got?
Two.
Two boogans.
Yeah.
And we still got a frog and has the frog? Not a frog. We got a rat. Has the rat gone again?
Oh yeah, make the rat do something, Harmon.
Oh, rat, attack one of the shambling mounds. Rats don't attack mist.
Sorry. Oh man. Yeah, it bites one of the guys right in the neck. Oh boy, it tears his neck open. He's not dead, but he's really heavily injured. Oh man. The mist. It takes a turn. It leaves. It goes up out of the ladder. Shit.
Follow that mist.
Come on, snake. Come on, rat. We're going up this ladder. I put the snake around my neck like a scarf, and then let's go get this goddamn mist.
All right. The shambly guys, they reach after you with their fucked up limbs, but you manage to get away unscathed up the ladder. The mist is nowhere to be found. It was a mist.
We missed the mist.
You missed it. Yeah.
It was a swing and a mist. Should we go back down and just fuck up these other two guys just out of frustration?
There's a giant explosion from underground.
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
Oh man, everything down there explodes.
I guess the urine is flammable.
Do we survive it?
Well, you guys do, yeah.
Oh, so down where we were, below the ladder.
Yeah.
So there's just a big. Is the explosion ongoing, or it just ends and then?
No, it happened.
Okay, so then
You were like, what the fuck?
diarrhea. See down there if.
All right, I go down into the. I go down the ladder.
Oh man, it's all blown up.
Can I see anything? I have low light vision.
You can see a crumbling support pillar, portending collapse, imminent collapse.
What?
Let's get the fuck out.
Well, he's just down there now.
Wait, so I have to get out of here.
Okay.
Okay. I climb up the ladder quickly.
All right, he's back with you guys.
What did you see down there?
An imminently collapsing pillar. We gotta get out of the structure.
Let's go out and get on those horses.
Let's get on the horses.
Oh, okay. You run into the courtyard, and you can see the horses are slaughtered. Oh boy, they're ripped.
Cliffhanger. Steve Levy, everybody, as Diarrhea Jr. Let's give it up for our guest, Graham Linehan, everyone. Also the birthday boy, Ian Bowers, is that right? Welcome, Ian. Thanks for coming. Spencer Crittenden. Let's thank Church on photography, and Kevin and Sarah and Zach and who else? Noah and all the people that make things happen here.
Nolan.
I'm your comptroller, Jeff Davis. Here for your mayor, Dan Harmon. Thank you for coming. Zach, put a beat on before you get peed on.
Elon Musk follows the Rick and Morty Twitter. Whoa, that got some mixed reviews. I thought it was cool.
Wait, who does? Elon Musk? Wow.
Feral Audio.
Have you ever tried watching Netflix or Hulu only to find out the show you wanted to watch isn't available in your country? If you live outside of the U.S., chances are you've had trouble accessing your favorite shows, but a VPN can help. Check out VPNmentor.com for the best deals and prices on VPNs. Read honest reviews on more than 200 VPNs and compare them with our comparison tool. There's no reason you shouldn't watch your favorite shows just because you live in a different country. Go to VPNmentor.com to get started with the VPN today.